What if we built a 100-story skyscraper using only traditional Japanese timber joinery? Imagine a 100-story skyscraper rising above Tokyo, built completely out of massive wood logs without using a single steel bolt, metal nail, or drop of synthetic glue anywhere in its vast frame. Traditional Japanese timber joinery, known as Kigumi, relies on ultra-precise geometric cuts that allow solid wooden beams to interlock seamlessly, absorbing massive structural forces purely by contact. Constructing a vertical megastructure with zero metallic fasteners forces engineers to rely entirely on timber mechanics, wood cellular density, and physics to resist immense gravity and wind shear. To withstand the astronomical compressive weight of a 400-meter tower, standard construction timber fails immediately, requiring hyperdense old-growth Japanese cedar and dense Hinoki cypress. At the ground foundation, the total dead load reaches hundreds of thousands of metric tons, placing raw stress on the lowest wooden joints that rivals the pressure found deep inside the oceanic crust. Under this incredible downward load, the lower wooden joints experience extreme axial compression, causing microscopic cellular walls within the timber matrix to buckle if force vectors tilt slightly. Japanese carpenters solved this structural challenge centuries ago with the Kanawa Tsugi joint, a complex interlocking splice designed to lock two heavy beams along their primary longitudinal axis. When two massive cedar columns meet at a Kanawa Tsugi joint, friction holds them together, but adding vertical pressure actually wedging the timber faces tighter together, increasing overall strength. As our wooden skyscraper reaches its first 30 floors, gravity pushes down, but lateral wind forces begin pushing the upper structure sideways, generating massive internal shear stress on joinery. Steel structures use rigid welded plates to resist swaying, but a completely rigid wooden skyscraper would snap instantly at its base due to the inherent brittle fracture limits of dry timber fibers. The secret to surviving violent typhoon winds lies in flexible friction, where every single Kigumi joint acts as a miniature shock absorber, dissipating kinetic energy through subtle wood rubbing. When a strong gust hits the high-rise, thousands of interlocked wooden joints flex by tiny fractions of a millimeter, converting dangerous wind energy into harmless internal thermal friction heat. By allowing controlled elastic deformation throughout the frame, the entire skyscraper sways gently like a giant bamboo stalk rather than resisting the atmospheric forces with pure rigid resistance. However, extending this organic structural sway up to 100 stories creates an extreme mechanical leverage effect, known in physics as a massive cantilever bending moment at the lower base. At floor level, the windward side of the skyscraper experiences violent upward tension, threatening to pull interlocked wooden columns straight out of their deep subterranean foundation anchors. Wood performs exceptionally well under compression along its growth ring axis, but raw tensile forces tend to pull natural cellulose fibers apart if joints are not geometrically locked tightly. To solve this severe tension problem, engineers implement the complex Kanawa Tsugi gooseneck joint, a self-locking mechanical splice that physically prevents connected beams from pulling apart. As tensile strain violently pulls on the Kanawa Tsugi connection, the angled wooden key wedges deeper into its matching socket, transferring pulling forces across a larger timber surface area. Repeating this interlocking geometry across tens of thousands of structural frame nodes creates a continuous tension mesh capable of transferring megaforces straight down into the bedrock below. At floor 50, atmospheric winds exceed hurricane speeds, pushing the upper stories several meters off-center and placing unprecedented mechanical shear on the horizontal perimeter floor beams. Standard floor plates would crack under this torque, but traditional Japanese flexible floor grid joinery, known as kumiko, distributes torsional strain evenly across hundreds of interlocked slats. Instead of a solid concrete slab, each floor consists of a dense lattice of interwoven hinoki strips that twist slightly under stress, keeping the main skeleton attached without splitting wood. But wind is only half the battle in earthquake-prone regions like Japan, where tectonic activity delivers violent horizontal acceleration directly into the massive wooden foundation of our tower. When a magnitude 8 earthquake strikes, seismic shear waves ripple upward through the ground, threatening to instantly shear off traditional vertical support posts right at floor-level contact. To counteract violent ground shaking, ancient pagoda builders invented the shinbashira, a massive central pendulum pillar suspended loosely right down the core center of the tall building frame. In our 100-story skyscraper, a giant central column made from joined cypress trunks hangs completely free from top to bottom, disconnected from the surrounding outer floor frame walls. As seismic waves force the outer wooden frame to sway left, the heavy independent Shinbashira central pillar sways out of phase to the right, counteracting the building momentum naturally. Kinetic energy from the earthquake passes back and forth between the swaying outer frame and the heavy central pendulum, causing the two independent wooden systems to continuously slam into air. This kinetic phase shift dramatically dampens structural resonance, preventing the skyscraper from reaching a critical harmonic frequency that would otherwise shatter the interlocked joinery. To further damp vibration, carpenters carve small internal air gaps into the interlocking mortise and tenon joints, creating an internal buffer space for controlled mechanical sliding action. During an earthquake, these microgaps allow adjacent wooden members to slide back and forth over each other, absorbing destructive impact shock through surface friction without snapping fibers. The sound inside the swaying 100-story timber skyscraper during a major earthquake would be an overwhelming, thunderous roar as tens of thousands of joint surfaces rub against one another. Over millions of microfriction cycles, the wooden surfaces at the joint interfaces undergo intense physical rubbing, generating localized heat and slightly compressing the outer timber cells. This microcompression actually increases local wood density inside the joint, hardening the contact points over time and making the interlocking connection stronger after each seismic event. As we climb higher toward the top floor, a new engineering disaster emerges. The massive cumulative weight of the wooden skyscraper creates immense vertical creep in the load-bearing timber. Creep is the slow, permanent deformation of natural materials under long-term mechanical stress, causing wooden cell walls to gradually compress and shorten the building height over decades. Over a 50-year period, the bottom 10 floors of our mega-timber tower could compress vertically by several meters, throwing precise interlocking joint angles completely out of alignment. To prevent uneven structural settling, carpenters must meticulously align the grain direction of every single beam, ensuring vertical loads press only along the primary longitudinal axis. Wood shrinks and expands significantly across its radial grain due to seasonal humidity shifts, but its longitudinal length along the natural growth direction remains virtually unchangeable. By orienting all vertical load-bearing columns so their cellulose fibers run strictly parallel to gravity, engineers eliminate lateral swelling shifts that could loosen interlocking Kigumi. But what happens when atmospheric moisture drops drastically during dry winter months, causing the massive wooden members to dry out and lose internal bound water within their cellular matrix? As moisture evaporates, raw timber contracts in volume, which threatens to loosen the tight friction fit, holding thousands of intricate Japanese mortise and tenon joints locked together firmly. If the joints loosen even by a fraction of a millimeter, structural rigidity collapses, allowing wind forces to cause excessive play and eventually shaking the entire megastructure apart cleanly. Ancient master carpenters solved dry shrinkage by assembling Kigumi joints using green timber for internal tenons and dry pre-shrunk timber for the outer receiving mortise frame pockets. As the inner green tenon gradually dries over decades inside the pre-shrunk socket, it contracts while locked in place, forming a compressed, hardened wooden knot that can never pull free. Furthermore, wood is a living biological material made of cellulose microfibrils embedded in a natural lignin matrix, giving it a fatigue resistance superior to structural steel under cyclic load. Steel bends permanently or develops microscopic stress fractures when bent repeatedly. But natural wood fibers spring back to their original shape after millions of flex cycles under wind loads. This incredible elastic memory allows our 100-story wooden skyscraper to endure relentless typhoon sway for centuries without losing its structural integrity or snapping major beam joints. However, towering 400 meters into the atmosphere makes our timber megastructure a giant lightning rod, creating a catastrophic fire hazard during summer electrical thunderstorms above. If lightning strikes an unshielded timber peak, thousands of volts of electrical current flash through the wood, instantly boiling internal moisture and causing explosive cellular vaporization. The resulting superheated steam pressure inside the timber matrix would detonate massive structural beams from within, shattering interlocking joints and triggering a localized collapse domino. To prevent explosive steam lightning strikes, the roof joinery integrates heavy charred timber blocks, processed through shosugi-ban, an ancient Japanese surface burning preservation method. Burning the outer layer of wood creates a dense, carbonized charcoal shield that acts as a natural electrical insulator, fire retardant, and weather barrier for the structural frame underneath. In the event of an actual structural fire inside the tower, massive solid timber beams perform surprisingly better than unprotected structural steel girders under high thermal stress conditions. Steel loses its structural yield strength rapidly at 500 degrees Celsius, buckling suddenly and causing catastrophic sudden collapse without any advance warning signs to occupants. Massive structural timber burns slowly from the outside in at a predictable rate of roughly 0.6 millimeters per minute, forming an insulating carbon char layer that protects the inner core wood. This thick exterior char layer starves the inner core of oxygen, allowing the unburned wooden heartwood to maintain its load-bearing strength for hours while the building is safely evacuated. The intricate interlocking Kigumi joints, hidden deep inside the thick timber columns, remain cool and structurally secure even while the outer charcoal shell of the beam glows red in the fire. Moving to floor 80, the skyscraper encounters extreme high-altitude wind shear, creating localized aerodynamic vortices that try to twist the top section of the building off its axis. To resist this intense multi-directional twisting torque, master engineers implement three-dimensional diagonal timber bracing connected by intricate three-way Shiguchi Tsugi corner joint lattices. The Shiguchi Tsugi joint connects three massive wooden beams arriving from three perpendicular spatial axes at a single point, locking them without using a single metal corner bracket or bolt. Each wooden face of the Shiguchi Tsugi joint features complex geometric ramps and hidden blind tenons that slide together in a precise sequence, forming a rigid spatial box frame node once locked. Once the final wooden locking key is driven into the center of the Shiguchi Tsugi joint, the three perpendicular beams become physically impossible to separate without destroying the timber itself. This spatial lattice frame transforms the upper 20 floors into a giant three-dimensional truss, distributing localized wind shear across thousands of interconnected wooden members down below. Calculating the structural physics of 90,000 interlocked wooden joints requires advanced supercomputer simulations to model microfriction, wood grain anisotropy, and cellular stress. Every single piece of wood in our skyscraper possesses unique material properties, growth ring densities, and moisture contents that alter how force vectors travel through the joined frame. Modern robotic timber milling machines cut each Kigumi joint with sub-millimeter precision, ensuring perfect contact surfaces that transfer thousands of tons of structural load without slop. When the entire skyscraper frame is fully assembled, the total volume of Japanese Hinoki and cedar timber used exceeds 500,000 cubic meters, representing a massive carbon sink. While concrete and steel manufacturing generates gigatons of carbon emissions, our wooden skyscraper actively locks away atmospheric carbon dioxide inside its dense timber walls for centuries. As the wind blows hard against floor 90, tenants inside experience a gentle, rhythmic swaying motion, accompanied by the soft, organic creaking of millions of interlocked cellulose fibers. Unlike the harsh, rigid vibration of steel high-rises, the timber skyscraper moves with natural fluid dynamics, absorbing sudden impact gusts like a living forest canopy under storm forces. At the foundation level, massive wooden footings rest directly on shaped granite bedrock stones using a traditional Japanese technique called ishibatate, completely unanchored by concrete. Instead of being rigidly bolted to the earth, the entire 100-story wooden building simply rests on top of smooth, natural stone pedestals, held down purely by its own massive gravitational weight. During an extreme, catastrophic earthquake, the entire wooden skyscraper can actually jump and slide slightly across the smooth granite stone pedestals without snapping its main support legs. This friction sliding base isolation mechanism disconnects the tower from violent ground motions, absorbing up to 80% of the earthquake shock before it travels up the timber frame. The weight of the skyscraper creates immense friction against the stone bases, bringing the sliding building safely to a stop after each seismic surge without derailing from its foundation. After a major storm or earthquake, specialized carpenters inspect the Kigumi joints throughout the tower, using wooden mallets to drive loosened alignment keys back into their locked positions. Because every joint is fully mechanical and accessible, damaged or aged wooden structural members can be individually unshaped, removed, and replaced without demolishing surrounding floors. This modular maintenance capability allows a timber skyscraper built with traditional Japanese joinery to achieve an astounding theoretical lifespan of over 1,000 continuous years. Ancient Japanese wooden pagodas built over 12 centuries ago using these exact same Kigumi principles still stand tall today, having survived dozens of major earthquakes and typhoons intact. Scaling this ancient timber engineering to 100 stories pushes natural materials to their absolute physical limits, showcasing the incredible structural power hidden within plant cellular geometry. High-performance wooden joinery proves that natural organic materials, when shaped with geometric precision, can match or exceed the mechanical performance of modern synthetic metals. Under extreme flexural stress, the interlocking timber joints act as continuous mechanical computers, constantly shifting load paths around damaged areas to preserve overall structural integrity. If a localized wooden beam fails under extreme load, adjacent interlocked joints automatically redistribute the weight to surrounding structural members, preventing a progressive domino collapse. The sheer mathematical elegance of 100-story Kigumi joinery lies in turning wood weakness, its flexibility, into its greatest engineering strength against destructive environmental forces. As night falls over Tokyo, the 100-story timber high-rise stands silently, a majestic mountain of interlocking cedar and cypress glowing under city lights without a single rusted bolt. Inside the central core, the suspended Shinbashira pendulum gently comes to rest, having dissipated the day-high altitude atmospheric wind energy through pure gravitational friction balance. Engineers around the world study the tower, realizing that the future of sustainable megacity architecture relies not on heavier artificial metals, but on master ancient organic woodworking. By harmonizing physics, geometry, and natural biology, we can build towering wooden monuments that bend without breaking, standing resilient against the most violent forces nature can unleash. A 100-story timber skyscraper built purely with traditional Japanese joinery proves that ancient wisdom and extreme physics can construct the ultimate earthquake-proof structure on Earth.